All right, Coach Brad. So here to learn a little bit more about you. So we'll start off. What are you passionate about?
Health is what I'm passionate about, which is what led me to be a nurse many years ago. And it's basically, with me, it's the instinct and desire to help, whether that be, little old lady off the toilet or improve your pull-up or whatever it may be. So yeah, I think my driving thing is just to help in any way, shape or form.
Right. And how did that, how do you find that desire to help transfers from CrossFit to nursing and back and forward?
Well, I see it all as the same. Some people are training for the CrossFit Games. Mm-hmm. Some people are training to get out of a chair so they can walk. So I see everything I do in CrossFit as a way to make people, like I could go lay in an ICU bed for 3 weeks and hopefully be able to just get out and stand up.
Yeah.
If you're not fit, you can't do that. So for me, fitness is a buffer to health. So we're building one on top of the other. So as strong as fit and as mobile as you are in here, that's just insurance against future problems.
So you've seen the recent changes to CrossFit being more focused on health as opposed to athletic performance has been a big thing?
Yeah, that's what it's about. I think it's more CrossFit for everybody as opposed to, your elite sport types. I'm here to coach the everyday person for that reason, to get out of your chair when the time comes after an operation.
Awesome. All right. So where did this come from? Where did you start your sport and exercise journey? So not so much health and nursing, more the sport side of things.
Well, growing up, I played lots of sport. I played a lot of AFL. I played a lot of basketball. Anything that anybody would throw at me, whether it be school sports, running, whatever, swimming. Really enjoyed it all. The only thing that would stop me from doing that was when somebody got hurt on the field, you'd stop and help them. So, and I was always into team sports, so that, working together to accomplish task, whether it be a football game or whatnot.
Yeah, for sure.
That was always my two driving things.
Was it what's the word? Aptitude for a number of different sports that brought you to CrossFit, like the sort of all-rounder sort of thing, similar to me, or was it something else that brought you to CrossFit?
Well, I think I was just looking for the next challenge. I'd done a couple of years of Muay Thai. I'd been Spartan racing for 2 or 3 years after that, and was looking for a new challenge. I was basically in the gym doing the, your boring 3 sets of 10 that you program yourself, or that sort of, it becomes a bit ho-hum and unmotivating. So I was looking for my next challenge, really. And it's something that I'd had friends that were into for a while. So, which, to be fair, they were over enthusiastic about CrossFit, which almost made me go,
it's a cult.
Yeah, almost. So I actually probably would have showed up several years earlier, if not for that. I branched out into other things like Spartan racing and whatnot in the meantime, but I decided it was time to give it a whirl, and funnily enough walked in and it was awesome, and it's certainly a challenge every day. So, and that's the key point for me. It's ever changing. You never have a handle on everything. There's always something to work on and always a challenge. So, it's impossible to be bored.
Yeah.
If you are, you're not trying hard enough.
Yeah, for sure. How long were you doing CrossFit before you got your level 1 and started coaching?
I think probably about 12 months. Yeah. Yep.
So what drove you to go from, I like this, I'm going to start teaching it?
Well, it's similar to my first answer, my desire to help. I was in class, and because I'd been a PT for 7 or 8 years, there was certain aspects of movement patterns that I was already across. Like, there's certain things in here that are new to me, but at that point I was just helping people in class anyway, like a lot of people here do. It's very much a group teach at some point, depending on who's helping. And I was getting to the point where, I would be telling people something the coach should be going, yeah, cool, keep going, tell them that. So it got to that point where we had a coach who was doing a lot of classes leave, and I was sort of here a lot and really enjoying it. So I thought I might as well go do the coach's course and yeah, jump in and help more.
Yeah, awesome. So you said you've tried a lot of things and you're always looking for the next challenge. What's made you stick with CrossFit?
Because it's ever changing. You will literally never, you know, unless you're really good athlete and work at it, it's very, very hard to get to the top of all the progressions here. Yeah. It's going to be a long while before I can walk around on my hands, I think. So, you know, it teaches a bit of humility along the way. So yeah, I can see the challenge here lasting a very long time.
Yeah.
So
awesome.
Yeah.
Brilliant. And the last one, what is your most memorable CrossFit move?
We had a workout in the open, which had muscle ups in it, and I had never gotten a muscle up, and managed to get one in the warm up for the very first time after being here it was before I was a coach. I think I'd been here 9 months at that stage. Got my first one in the warm up and managed to get 7 out during the workout.
Ring or bar?
Bar muscle up.
Damn.
Yeah, and it was with another girl, Jade, who was coming back, who was a CrossFitter. We both had the workout at the same time, and she got her first muscle ups in a couple of years after having kids, like at the same time.
Yeah.
So, and there must
have been a party.
yeah, there was it was a Friday night. There was about 50 people here, and there was a lot of people getting their first muscle ups that night. It was a pretty awesome night just for the whole box. So
that would have been a great energy to be part of.
Yeah. So yeah, loved it. It was awesome.
All right, thank you, Brad.
No worries.
Hopefully the guys are interested to listen to the story.
Have fun, guys. See you in the box.